Training. My name is Frank AuCoin, and we're going to be talking about the mindset that it takes to build your business. And throughout history, every business started with a vision. And it doesn't matter what kind of business it was, it all started with a vision of, starting something small and growing it large. And yours is not going to be any different. So let's talk about vision for a minute. Henry Ford had a vision of supplying the whole world with affordable automobiles. And there'd never been an automobile. You can imagine what he went through to get that done. Bill Gates wanted to put a computer in every home and on every desk. And you can imagine what he had to go through, because only large companies had that. There wasn't even a computer you could put on your desk. And Fred Smith, who started FedEx, he was going against the Postal Service. He wanted to supply, packages overnight, or it was going to be free. And C.J. Walker, when she started her hair care product, and by the way, she became the first woman millionaire in the country, and it had never been done before. And it doesn't matter whether we're talking about her or Tom Monahan, who wanted to go against the whole pizza world. There was thousands of pizza shops out there, and he built Domino's to one of the largest companies in the world, because his vision was to supply pizza that was still warm in less than 30 minutes, or it was going to be free. So these people, not only changed their lives, they changed the world. They want to supply an affordable product or service at a better price or quicker, and they did that. And they moved from their local town to their state, then out of the state, and then out of the country. And there's not going to be any difference in what you did. They not only did that and became very, very wealthy in the process, they made a lot of other people wealthy in the process. Every one of those people had to recruit people to get that done. Imagine what Henry Ford had to go through when he went to his friends and said, "I'm going to start an automobile company," and no one knew what automobiles were. And, he had to explain that. And I'm sure he started with his friends and family, told them, and they said, "You're crazy, the horse is never going to go away." Bill Gates, they said, there's nobody can afford that. Who would need that? Why would they even need it? Fred Smith, he fought that whole thing. C.J. Walker fought it. She went to her friends and family. Here's a lady in the early 1800s that had to be part of the black community, and it just was ridiculous that anybody could do that. But she became the first woman millionaire in the country. And so you're going to go through some stumbling blocks. Not only did they become wealthy, but everybody who came with them helped change the world. And you're going to change the world. And everybody that comes with you is going to help change the world for the better. Because the founder of our company, Harlan Stonecipher, his major goal, his vision was to provide legal protection to every family in America. And to do that, we got to recruit people. Every one of those people had to recruit. And here's the big news. They're still recruiting. Ford is still recruiting today. If they ever stopped recruiting, their company would go down. They've got to get designers. Bill Gates recruits the best in the world. If they didn't do that, they would get knocked out of the saddle. Fred Smith is recruiting drivers constantly, people to work at the warehouse constantly. C.J. Walker's company is still thriving today. Tom Monahan, he is still recruiting people to work in the pizza stores and all that stuff. So I'm just telling you, when you first start, this will be fun, because now that if you start with a vision that you start with your friends and family, it's going to be in your house, and then it's going to grow outside of your house. It'll grow outside your city, then it'll go outside your state, and pretty soon, and it doesn't matter whether you're a single mom. You can do that. We've got single moms in this company that recruited a few friends, and now earning $150,000, $200,000, $1 million, with our company. But it's all got to start somewhere, and it starts with the mindset. Here's a good mindset. What if 60 months from now, you literally owned a business in every city in the United States and every province of Canada? That would be super. They did it. Henry Ford has a dealership in every place. Bill Gates has a computer on every desk. Fred Smith delivers to almost every business in a lot of homes. Tom Monahan has probably delivered to your house. You're going to be delivering a product or service that protects people's legal rights to every home in your city eventually. When we first started, there was my wife and I. Now we have almost 400,000 people, covered with prepaid legal memberships, because we started with ourselves. Then we recruited our daughter and our son and a few other people, and it grew. And over the last few years, we have a lot of families covered with that membership. You're going to become very wealthy doing that, and everybody you bring on has the chance, if they understand what this is all about, to become wealthy and change their world just like these people change their world. So you just stay with us for a few minutes, and I'm going to show you how that you start staffing your company, because that's what they had to do. Ford staffed this company, Bill Gates staffed this company, Fred Smith staffed this company, and you're going to be able to staff your company with some of the greatest people in the world, because they're going to believe in what you're doing, just like people believed in what they were doing. And in the process, you'll not only help yourself, but you'll help every family that comes with you to work with you, and every family that you provide a service to. All right, this is Frank AuCoin, and we're back again, and we're going to go to another training segment here. And this is where you kick your business off. We talked about vision a little earlier, you know, your vision of owning a business in every city in the United States, and how you staff that company. And remember, you're staffing your company. Every company, you know, staffs. It doesn't matter who you are, so we're going to be staffing your company. When we first started, my wife and I, our goal was to own a business in every single state in the United States, every province of Canada, and eventually in every city in the United States. And we knew we had to recruit other people to do that because we didn't know everybody. We recruited single moms because they knew other single parents who needed this, moms and dads. We recruited insurance agents, financial planners, CPAs, accountants, because they already had clients that we didn't have a clue who they were, but if we recruited them, they could take this service to all those people. We brought on school teachers so they could take it into the schools, and we brought on pastors so they could take it into the churches, and we brought on college students. They could take it into the colleges. And if we saw a factory, we'd go find somebody in that factory and let them take it into that factory. And we even got down to the point where we said, we want this neighborhood. So we were to go recruit somebody in certain neighborhoods to take it all through those neighborhoods. And to do that, you've got to start someplace. So we started, like everybody does, like Henry Ford, Bill Gates, you know, Fred Smith, C.J. Walker, and Tom Monahan, who started international companies. They started with their friends and family. If you go back and read their history, every one of them started with their friends and family. So our suggestion to you is do what we did. So when we first started our business, what we did is we started with a list, just like everyone else did. And we made a list of everybody that we knew. We just went down and made a list. And to get that list, we went through our phones, we went through our Christmas cards. Teresa thought about the people she knew in college, people we worked with. You know, we just made a list of everybody. We didn't leave anybody out. And then we broke the list into another segment. We actually broke it into two lists. We broke it into in town and out of town. And we listed those names. And then what we decided to do was make another list, basically, and that was a daily list of people that we were going to contact that day. Because you only got so much time in a day, so what we would do is, put a note on a video back then. Now you got DVDs, CDs, you've got the websites, you got the magazines, you got recordings. So we made a daily list of people that we were going to contact and tell about our business and give them the opportunity to come work with our company so they could improve their family. And so every day we got up and we said, okay, this is a DVD, it's going to go to this person. This is a CD, it's going to go to this person. This is a magazine, it's going to go to this person. And now you've got the website. I mean, you can literally do what it took us 8 or 9 months to do. You can do it in just a day. I mean, I promise you, if you're coming to work with a company today, you're going to, and no matter how successful people have been in prepaid legal up until this point, you can blow past anything that you imagine to be success, because the more people you expose, the more awareness you get, the more success you have. So when you first start, simply make a list of everybody that you ever have known, and you're going to keep expanding that list. Make a big list, and then want to put in town, out of town, and then you make a daily list. And when you get up in the morning, always take like a DVD and put a sticky note on it, and they say, this one goes to Sally, this one goes to Tom, this one goes to Bob, this one goes to George. And before you get home at night, make sure all those things are delivered. Because if you don't do that, you'll be walking around the mall trying to figure out who to give this stuff to. Now, that's not wrong walking around a mall, because you might spot somebody you like. And if you do, just keep one with you. And if you see somebody you like, you're going to be able to give it to them. But in the beginning, just like we did, we actually called people, and we had a private business reception in our house. Just like I'm sure Henry Ford did and Bill Gates did. He pulled together his friends and said, listen, guys, we're kicking off a business. We're going to take it nationally and then internationally. I think we're going to all make a fortune, and we're going to provide a valuable product or service to the whole country and then to the world. But they made a list. I guarantee you, if you look back on history, read all of history, they all started to approach their friends and family first. And that's where they start. And I can tell you one thing. Those people who came to work with those companies, a lot of them became multi-millionaires. It changed their life, and it changed their kids' lives and their grandkids' lives. So you're doing something really good when you do this. And kind of put everybody's name down, and then you can go through, we've got a name jogger in our books that just tells you, do you know any accountants, do you know any barbers, do you know any beauticians, do you know any bakers, and go through everybody you know at the laundry, you know, your teacher, your pastor, the minister of music. Don't leave anybody out.
And don't judge it.
Yeah, I was just going to say that's the most important thing. That's the hardest thing, because when you're writing your list down, you're always thinking, would they really want to hear about this? Well, don't prejudge anybody. That is such huge advice, because the very person that you say, oh, they wouldn't want to hear about this, that's the person that joins up with somebody else's team. I mean, you just don't know. And for goodness sakes, everybody at least needs to hear about this incredible membership to save money, empower their family, and have, right to know their rights and to use the legal system like they've never used it before. So really, one way or the other, if you know a person that's breathing, that their name should really be on that list. Okay, let's let them determine whether it's for them or not. Easy way. We're going to show you an easy, very no pressure way to very approachable way to get information to all these people in an easy way that they're going to be comfortable and you're going to be comfortable, so they can evaluate whether this is for them or not.
Yeah, you're not going to be making the presentation. I think it's really important to understand that, at first, now, later you might want to, but at first, you're just going to be either give them a DVD or CD, send them to a website, you'll give them a phone call, you may invite them to a luncheon or to a private business reception. But don't worry about you giving them information. Don't even worry about whether you can answer the questions or not, because that's not necessary.
Right.
And we'll show you that. But anyway, the first thing is to make the list.
Yep. Okay.
And make it in town, out of town.
And you may never get to all of them, but the fact of the matter is, you don't want to have a list of 5 people, and then when you get through those 5 people, you don't know who else to put down. So this has been the process for every successful person in prepaid. We all made a major list. We broke it up. Now, the reason we did it out of town is because it's easy to go to somebody's house that's in town and drop off a DVD or CD, or meet them for a cup of coffee. Out of town's a little different. You may want to be using, the internet to send out the information through the new tools. And it's unbelievable, because you can send out 30, 40 a day, where if you were sending a physical DVD or CD, it would not only take time to label them and all that stuff, but it just takes a simple phone call to say, I've sent you a video, I've kicked off a new company, I'd like to have you take a look at it, I'll call you back to see if you're interested, and you will start staffing your company 10 times faster than anybody I named earlier. Henry Ford didn't have that. Bill Gates didn't have that. Smith didn't have that. CJ, none of us had this when we first started. You guys have the opportunity here to build a financial wall around you and your family that nothing can ever penetrate. Because if you start staffing your company and you have people in every city, let's say you recruit somebody in Atlanta or Chicago, Miami, California, that one person that you recruited, could set up 100, 200, 5,000 agents. I've got people who've got 1,000 agents, 2,000 agents. My daughter has around 2,000. My son has around 400. I could have never got to those people because I didn't know who they were. So just don't leave anybody off your list. This is the most exciting time in your business, and never expect everybody to come in your business. You're not looking for everybody. Not everybody's going to go to work for Roto-Rooter, but there's thousands of people working at Roto-Rooter. Not everybody's going to go to work at Walmart, but they've got lines of people standing there to go to work there. If people knew what we had, because we're the only company in the world, in the globe, that does what we do. No one else on the entire globe does what we do. And every other product in the nation that I can think of has competition. We're the only company I know that has zero competition. No one globally does what we do. So have fun with this segment. Make your list. We're going to be going over a bunch of other stuff because sooner or later you're going to say, well, I need more people to talk to. And I can guarantee you we're going to go over a segment in just a little while that you will never in your entire life ever possibly run out of prospects to talk to staff your company. So thanks for listening to this segment. We'll see you on the next one.